So today we're going to be talking about Sharp Objects, the book and the HBO series that I'm so excited for. So a few years ago, I picked up this book at Barnes & Noble. Had no idea what it was, but obviously it has to do with self-harm. Sharp Objects is a show that aired on HBO on July 8th. We're 3 episodes in, there's 2 more I believe, but I can't wait. I have to talk about it because it's everything. If you don't know, the author of Sharp Objects also wrote Gone Girl and Dark Spaces, 2 very amazing pieces of art. Sharp Objects is the first book that I ever read by Gillian Flynn, and it's the one that's closest to my heart because it's about self-harm. In short, this book is about a girl named Camille who's a journalist. Her boss finds out that there are mysterious murders happening in her hometown. He wants her to go back and write about these murders. Camille has a lot on her plate. She really doesn't want to go back because she has a lot of dark memories in her hometown. She does not have a good relationship with her mother or her family, and when she goes back to this hometown to do her journalism, a lot of really hard things come up for her. So I watched the first episode with my fiance. He actually told me that this was a thing on HBO because he loves HBO. He had no idea what it was about. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it with you. If you don't know that Camille self-harms, you think that her coping skill to deal with all of this hard stuff in her life is alcohol. You see Camille drink all the time. So if you didn't read the book and you don't really know what it's really about, you would think that she copes with her bad emotions through drinking. If you have read the book, you know that she's a self-harmer, so you notice that she's wearing long sleeves. She's always wearing jeans and sweaters and long sleeves, and a person who hasn't read the book or understand any of that wouldn't know that she does self-harm. And you don't know until the very last second of the first episode that she is a self-harmer because she takes off all her clothes in the bathtub and it shows all of her scars. When my fiance realized that this was about self-harm, it opened a really positive conversation about it. And that's what I really love about this series is yes, it is very, very graphic. It has to do with murder and self-harm and just really dark things, but it opens up a conversation about self-harm. You would think if a television show is talking about self-harm, they would be doing it negatively. But this show, I find, is very not positive, but realistic of self-harm recovery. It shows that recovery is a process and it takes time. The author has a really good quote that I liked, I found on a website, and she says, "To me, Camille is a hero. To me, anyone who's been through that much psychological pain and still keeps her head above water, still manages to move through her day and be kind to people. You never see Camille save a cat or run into a burning building, but you do see Camille be consistently kind to everyone. You see a consistent decency. For someone who has been through as much as she has, to do that and still be alive, to me, is heroic." That's part of recovery, and I really like that the author talks about that. Another part of this show is Camille's mother and how troubled that relationship between that character and her mother is. One of the things that I really liked how the show portrays this is Camille's mother always is so negative with her. She tells other people that Camille is broken and not fixable and dangerous even. This is stigma in the show. This is so real for so many people. When a family member finds out that someone is self-harming, or when your friend finds out that you're self-harming, they treat you differently. They treat you like you're dangerous. They treat you like you cannot cope with life. They treat you differently. And I like how this show shows that. Another part of the show that I really enjoyed was when they're in the kitchen cutting apples for this one scene, and Camille goes for a knife to cut apples. Her mother takes away the knife, not like pulling it, but just gradually takes it away from her, kind of knowing like, I can't trust you with that. I love how realistic this show is. This show shows that people with mental health conditions are treated differently. If you in any way have suffered with self-harm, this show is extremely graphic and extremely triggering. But I think it brings up a really good conversation about self-harm. It shows what it actually is. And it is one of the most accurate representations that I've seen. And when I read this book, I felt so understood. I like the book more than the show. I'm not gonna say that it's helped me, but it's really helped me open the conversation up with other people. And I like this quote that I found from the author where it says, "Of all of my books, Sharp Objects is the one people write about me the most. The one people linger after book events to talk to me about, to share their stories with me. And a surprising number of people have said that they've given Sharp Objects to people who are self-harmers and say they've given sharp objects to a friend, a family member, to help them give a vocabulary and a discussion, because there isn't enough out there to explain their pain. It helps to show what it is and what the pain is. I think people who haven't been through that don't understand. All I'm saying is I really like sharp objects. It really opens the conversation about mental health, self-harm, and recovery. And if you want to share this book with someone, read it, watch the show. It has the Like Kristen stamp of approval. So far, mental health professionals have not said anything negative about sharp objects, unlike other shows that have happened this year that have awful representation. Non-suicidal self-injury like cutting, burning, hitting yourself, all of that stuff does not have a lot of representation in the media. And to have something like this to open up the conversation, I think is amazing. Have you read Sharp Objects? Have you watched the show? What is your opinion? Are you as excited about this as I am? Do you not like the show? Do you think it's not accurate? I would love to have a conversation down below. Again, my name is Kristen. I make mental health videos every single week. Subscribe for more. I love you guys. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.